All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, done my honors, unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and the sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to your Akim across the four corners of earth, pushing his knowledge and truth and his sincerity is the brother Balzar from the GMS Arizona Camp, Lord will, with another quick lesson to edify, right? Just going into this article, and I'm sure brothers have heard the news. You see in the title, it says LeBron James's 18-year-old son suffers heart attack during practice. All right, so this is breaking news from today. This happened yesterday, actually, during his practice, as the article is going to read. So let's go into this article a little bit, and ultimately let this serve as just another warning to you people out there, okay, of why the scriptures tell you not to trust the enemy, which our enemy is these heathen nations, primarily the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom, according to the scriptures. Why the hell, after all that our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the children of Israel, after everything that our people have been through history, and after everything that we have suffered by the hands of the so-called white man, like, why in the hell would you trust him? He's a liar. The scriptures say that this man came out of the womb speaking lies. The scriptures talk about, let's get it real quick. Okay, let's get it real quick. Let's see. Psalms 55:21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And this was what we saw when this whole pandemic situation went down just a few years ago. And you had, these Edomites that are on these platforms, the Dr. Fauci's, the Bill Gates, talking real softly with their words, telling the people, hey, you follow after what we say. Go and do what we said do. But at the end of the day, war is in their heart. This devil has never given up on his goal of destroying the Israelites. And this is just another method for him to do it. This was just another one of his wicked devices, okay, that he used and unleashed on our people. And these other nations, they got involved with it, but the primary target are the Israelites always. You see? So war is in his heart. This man can't be trusted. So now we go into this article. It says, another day, another 18-year-old athlete in peak condition suddenly collapsing. So how long are you people going to be ignorant to what's going on? How long are you people going to be in denial of the correlation between what happened a few years ago and what's going on now? Because there's a whole lot of people that's still in denial and still trying to justify going and following after their enemy and his instructions. They're still going to defend that was okay. You even got Israelite leaders that are doing this. But for some reason, all of a sudden, you got all of these young, healthy, athletic, fit men and women that are just collapsing out of nowhere, having cardiac arrest And we have not seen this at the level that we're seeing it now in the past. Point blank, period. Anybody that says we were is a lie. It's a fucking lie. And a lot of this shit is going unreported because you gotta mention the Bronny James. But what about the no-name guy, in Kansas that this happening to, or that this happened to, or somebody that's in Nevada, or Illinois, all these other people, because you understand that this is happening at a much higher rate than is being reported. This is just such a big name that they had to come out with the news. So let's read it a little bit more. It says, on Monday, Bronny James, the eldest son of LA Lakers star LeBron James, suffered a heart attack during practice at USC. It says James was rushed to the ICU and is now in stable condition. ESPN reports. Yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest, said a James family spokesperson in a statement. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in the ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and we will update media when there is more information. LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. It says James, 18, is entering his freshman year at USC and is ranked 20th in the 2023 ESPN 100 rankings. He is the 6th rated point guard in the class of 2023. It is the second straight year the Trojans program has had a player suffer cardiac arrest. And this is the only college program that had players now going through this. This is the second player in this program alone, but what about the other college programs? What about the other high schools? Okay, what about other pro athletes and other sports? See? And we warn people not to do what these people said, man. That eventually it was going to catch up to you. And that's what we see happening. This is the consequence of trusting your enemy. This is Sirach 12 or Ecclesiastes 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. You got to beware of your enemy. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped away a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest, when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. See? And that's why we was coming so sharp at the people. Warning about this man, warning about his agenda, warning about his wicked ways. Warning not to trust him, that his ways lead to death. And you ought to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay, if you want to preserve your life. Because we wanted to prick. Hey, the scriptures say that the word of the Lord is quick, powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword. So now, hindsight, a lot of people getting pricked with the words that we gave them, the warnings that we gave them. All right. And more as people start to drop dead, then you people are going to realize that a prophet had been among you. So verse 13, it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? That's what we're starting to see take place. And that's why you're not going to get any pity for them prophets, because we know that we have been giving out the warning to the people. And guess what, everybody? They came up against us. They scoffed at us. They get angry with us, for telling them the truth and telling them the right thing, telling them like this man can't be trusted. So why would we pity? If you playing with fire and then you get burned, then hey, that's on you, especially if you was warned not to play. All right. It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? it says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And that's how these devils feel about us, the Israelites. Even though he'll speak softly with his lips, Bill Gates has thrown that fucking sweater, he had that goddamn polo on with that sweater tied around his neck and shit, coming all sweet and soft with his speech. But what did he say on that couch with his manly looking wife? He was like, "Oh, the next one to get their attention," and they start smirking at each other because they some fucking devils, man. But these are the same people that was giving you medical advice when when we're in the thick of it. And a lot of you people followed after it, man. Why? Because you made an error in trusting your enemy. And that error could very well cost you your life. And you never know the day or the time, because these things are happening at random to a lot of people. Just randomly passing out, man. Just fainting. Some of them will live on, but hey, you never know. They might never be the same. That oxygen stop going to your brain, you might not ever come back the same again. And the crazy thing about this is LeBron James is trying to stick around the NBA for so long so that he had an opportunity to play with his son in the NBA. That was his next dream. And who knows? Maybe he might bounce back from this, fairly quickly. And maybe it might be the end of his basketball career. You never know. And the Most High is in control of all of this. He's in control of it all. It says, verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Man. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, man. Y'all better take heed to the warning of the scriptures. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is speaking to you through the mouth of his prophets. Okay? Some of you gonna take heed, and because these are words that can save your life, man, that can save your soul. And then those that don't hear, then prepare to be destroyed, because that's what the Lord is going to do. Because you're going to make a mistake, just like these individuals that took that thing. They made a mistake, and it could very well cost them their lives or the quality of their life. Then you'll be stuck in a hellish state, for the rest of your life on this planet Earth, man. This could change everything. But at the end of the day, 2/3 of our people won't listen. And the Lord's going to destroy them in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and leading up to a nuclear destruction that they'll take part of. That's going to end it all. So reading a little bit more, it says Senator Vincent, Uchukwu. It says one of the top incoming freshmen in college basketball last season suffered cardiac arrest on July 1st and was hospitalized for a few days. He returned to play for USC in January, appearing in 14 games. Says, and we know what happened with this guy, Damar Hamlin for the Buffalo Bills, passed out in the middle of the game. There's never a connection, or they never attributed to, what. But like I said, how long are you people going to be in denial, man? How long are you simple ones going to love simplicity? Okay, it says, of course, it couldn't have possibly been the As you see, LeBron James researched it and gave it a clean bill of health. And then it goes into some quotes that LeBron made. It says, after doing my research and things of that nature, I felt like it was best suited not only for me, but for my family and for my friends. And that's why I decided to do it, James said in September of 2021, adding that he was initially skeptical about the thing before deciding to get it. It says, seems like Twitter has a few theories. It says, and then they go into a few things, You know, you could pause the video and read some of these things that are on the screen. I'll just scroll through. It says, good to hear he's doing better. It's not normal for so many young athletes to have heart issues. Right. My man Top G said that company got you both. So people are really starting to make the connection. But just as many people as making the connection, there's a whole lot of people are still willingly ignorant and still defending this shit. You know, but that's why the scriptures say what it say about these ignorant people, man. This is Proverbs 1:22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge. A lot of people still aren't seeing that there's men out there that's trying to show them the way. Okay, to show them the way out of this hell that we're currently we're trapped in, because there's only one way out, and that's one way out, and that's through Yahweh Shai. You know, everything is polluted: the food, the water, the product we use in our homes. You know, from toothpaste to shampoo to beauty products, everything is polluted. Everything has been established and made to destroy us. We're getting destroyed by every single thing that we use in this society. The water is polluted. The air is polluted. We need deliverance from this place. But a lot of people, man, are truly simple. Let's get that word for simple real quick. They're still not making the connection. It says simplicity. It says naivety, simple, foolish, open-minded. So a lot of you people are silly, foolish, simple, naive people. Y'all gonna do the same shit when we enter into the hour of temptation. This devil is trying to force his MOTB on the people. Gonna do the same thing. And these leaders that told you it was okay to go and get that thing are going to do the same thing they did in 2021. They're going to tell you that it's okay. And that's going to lead to your destruction. Because Yahweh Shai Shai warned in Revelations, the 14th chapter, not to take it, that you were going to find a place, you were going to have a place in the lake of fire if you did. So, as the scriptures say, the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. And that's exactly what's getting ready to take place. Because it's too many stiff-necked and hard-headed and simple-ass Israelites that won't take heed to the truth. Verse 23, it says, turn you at my reproof. All right, listen to the counsel of the Lord, Salakia, and repent. It says, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And how is the Lord doing that? Through the voice of the prophets. It says, because I have called and you refuse. The calling is coming by these videos, by this word going out, and you having the opportunity to hear it. That's the Lord trying to call you back to him. Okay? It says, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. So this is the Lord stretching out his hand to you, trying to show you mercy. So he can deliver you from the times to come, from the hour of temptation, so on and so forth. See, a lot of our people aren't going to receive deliverance because they refuse the Lord's stretched out hand. Verse 25, it says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproofs, So, yeah, that's these jakes. And nah, man, we ain't trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to kill you. Yeah, y'all niggas is crazy. Ain't no fucking conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. That's these niggas, man. They would none of my reproof. That's these niggas, man. These non-believing, trusting in the so-called white man, you know, 2/3 ass niggas. It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, man. So when you niggas is waiting in the line at fucking McDonald's and you just pass out, you know, just fall asleep right there on your feet, then we're going to laugh. You know, when the devil start controlling you with his Sync OG technology, because you got, certain things in your body that can communicate with the technology. When he start controlling you niggas, then we gonna laugh. You know, when you in the middle of jogging or working out at the gym and you just pass out and collapse, then we're not gonna feel no pity. Okay? Because we're gonna laugh at that calamity and we're gonna mock when your fear come because you didn't take heed to the warnings. So it says, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. And that's what's happening to Brownie James and the family. Distress and anguish is coming upon them. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of our people. Even more so when we get into the hour of temptation and a lot of you go for it. The Lord's going to put a severe punishment on you people. Because there's no excuse. You have been warned. You have been warned. Verse 28, it says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. They would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore, see, here's the punishment. Shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices, man. That's what's happening right now. This is the fruit of trusting in your enemy. It leads unto death. Because war was in his heart, man. He was seeking a way to slay you. And enticed you with his soft words, his soft, smooth words, man. Gotta know who it is that you're dealing with. You're dealing with the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. He come not but to kill, steal, and destroy. Verse 32, it says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. That's why you got to turn back to Yahweh Shem Shai. Those are going to be the ones that's going to be in safety. It says, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Let's run that back. So this is for the true believers, man. Those that keep the faith in Yahweh Shem Shai through it all. Okay? We're going to be all right. Proverbs 1:33, it says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. What's evil? Evil is a bad time. The Lord's going to deliver us from all troubles. We just got to remain faithful. Okay? We can't bow the knee to this devil and his agenda and his NWO and his MOTB and his juicy juice. Any of those things that he try to push upon you, because it's all ties in to him trying to control us, but trying to get us to submit to him and forsake the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shem Shai. That's ultimately what he's trying to do. Okay? And that's the step that you're taking when you take that MOTB. So again, you've been warned. Not taking heed to the prophets leads to things like this. Okay? A healthy 18-year-old athlete in peak physical condition suddenly collapsing. This is what happens when you trust your enemy. With that, I'm going to say shalom.